Detective Smith was called to investigate a burglary at the city's museum. A priceless diamond disappeared and the thief left no trace behind. After analyzing the museum's security cameras, Detective Smith gathered 3 suspects: the security guard, the museum's curator, and a visitor. The security guard said he only left his post during lunchtime, and he could swear that the diamond still wasn't missing at that time. The museum curator spent the day guiding a tour of the museum for a foreign group. They came to see the diamond at the beginning of the tour, and it was still shining bright in its place. The visitors said he only popped in for a quick visit and didn't even pass through the Metzi aisle where the diamond was kept. After these 3 interviews, Detective Smith found the thief. Can you tell who it was? It was the visitor. First of all, he knew the exact location of the diamond inside the museum. Plus, take a look at that string he is fiddling with in his left hand. Detective Smith pulled it from under his sleeve and voila! The diamond was attached to it. I guess he didn't have time to go home and get rid of the diamond, huh? Julie and her friends decided to spend the weekend at a cabin in the woods. They arrived on Friday evening and spent the night playing board games and telling spooky stories. When they woke up on Saturday morning, they found that someone had stolen all their food supply. The door's glass was shattered, but other than that, there were no signs of who could have done it. So, the group decided to search the surrounding woods to see if they could find the culprit. Take a good look at the scene the group stumbled upon, and see if you can find out who took their food. What's that at the upper left corner? Those look like barefoot prints, huh? And not just one, but rather an entire family of bears. Oh, and they even left an Oreo wrapper on the ground as evidence. Yep, these grizzlies were the culprits for sure. On a snowy winter afternoon, Dr. Brown was resting in front of the fireplace. Suddenly, somebody threw a snowball at his window. The hit was so strong that the glass shattered. Dr. Brown stood up just in time to see 3 neighborhood boys running away. They were brothers with the names John Smith, Mark Smith, and Dave Smith. The next day, a paper note was left on Dr. Brown's door. There it was written, "Smith, he threw the snowball." Dr. Brown immediately knew which brother had done it. Can you figure it out too? It was Mark. You see, the note said, "Question Mark Smith. He threw the snowball." But the boys were clever and put a bar instead to test Dr. Brown's detective abilities. A man carrying 2 bags of sand crosses Genovia's border every day on a bicycle. Every time, customs officers stop and search him to see if he's trying to smuggle anything illegal. But the officers can't find any proof that the man is a smuggler. The man laughs and crosses the border successfully, smuggling an item per trip. Can you figure out what he's smuggling? That's easy. He's a bicycle smuggler. He distracts the guards with 2 bags of sand. But every day he is crossing the Genovian border with a new bicycle. Smart guy, huh? Mrs. Pinkface is the world's fastest robber. She works alongside the criminal mastermind Zebra Mask. But Mrs. Pinkface was recently caught and put in jail. She and her partner in crime had already set up a plan in case this happened. Zebra Mask will pass outside the prison fence and send Pinkface a signal. 45 seconds after the signal, he will turn off the electric fence, giving her a few seconds to make her prison break. The thing is, Pinkface doesn't have a clock. She only has a lighter and 2 fuses. The fuses are flammable, and she knows they both burn for precisely 1 minute. They won't burn evenly, so if she cuts them in half, one side might burn for 40 seconds, while the other burns for 20 seconds. How can Pinkface use the fuses to time exactly 45 seconds and make her unique prison break? Here's the key insight. If Pinkface lights the same fuse on both ends simultaneously, it will burn out in precisely 30 seconds. To time the last 15 seconds, she will have to light the second fuse. She can light both ends of the first fuse at the same time to time 30 seconds and light the end of the second fuse. When the first fuse burns out, she'll know 30 seconds of the second fuse is also burnt. So, by lighting the other end of the second fuse, she'll be able to time 45 seconds and make her jailbreak. You just came back from a long holiday trip. You bought a new suitcase to store all the new things you got. But when arriving home, you forgot the code to open it. Luckily, you left yourself a note on your cell phone to help you decipher the code of the lock. 682. One digit is right and in its place. 614. One digit is right but in the wrong place. 206. Two digits are right but both are in the wrong place. 768. All digits are wrong. 380. One digit is right but in the wrong place. What's the three-digit code? (042). Friday morning started busy in Somerville. The police station got a call saying that a woman had just robbed a bank and was seen entering Sunset Elementary School. The police chief hurried over to the school and found there were two teachers present that morning. He immediately knew which teacher was the thief. Can you tell who it was? Take a look at the second teacher's long-sleeve shirt. It has a little bit of cash peeking out of it. She's most certainly the thief. The Apex 18 space station called NASA's headquarters to report a crime. On a recent mission, astronauts recovered a valuable piece of evidence that could prove there was life on Mars. Andy, the mission chief, said he put the piece of rock inside a safe, located in the storage room. The next morning, he went to the storage room to put on his astronaut suit and noticed that the safe was open. And oh no, the rock was missing. NASA conducted an online investigation to find out who the thief was. Paula said she wasn't feeling well the day before, so she spent the day in her room. James said he spent the previous day fixing a broken solar panel outside the spaceship and didn't see anything. Rebecca spent the previous 24 hours talking to NASA's Space Center to resolve a problem. Can you tell who is lying? It's James. If he went outside to check on solar panels, he first needed to go into the storage room to put on his spacesuit. Plus, there's a rock-shaped item in his left pocket. He must be the culprit. Tuesday morning, Amy got a call from her boss, Tom. He was in distress because a very important document had disappeared from his office. It had been on the desk the evening before, but nowhere to be found in the morning. Amy immediately went there to question the employees. She soon gathered 3 suspects. Elijah said he had spent the previous evening at the movies. Mason had taken his girlfriend to dinner, and Evelyn had visited an art gallery. It didn't take long for Amy to understand who was lying. Why? It was Elijah. Take a close look at his ticket. The date is for Sunday and not the night before. This means he's probably the one lying. Peter was lost in the woods when he encountered an evil magician. The magician cast a spell on him that transported Peter to an empty room inside a huge tower. To make things worse, the evil sorcerer put the tower on fire. The room Peter was in had no doors and only a small window. Thankfully, he found 3 magic potions that could maybe help him escape. If he drank the first potion, he would get incredible physical strength. If he chose the second potion, he could summon any animal he wanted to help him. And if he drank the last potion, he would turn into a vampire. Which potion should Peter choose? Well, No animal could help him escape the tower, and even if he had all the strength in the world, he wouldn't be able to beat the fire. But if he turned into a vampire, then he could transform into a bat and fly away through the little window. So the third bottle it is. Katie got lost in the desert. She walked for hours when suddenly she came across a huge oasis. But to reach the main waterfall, where she could drink some water, she had to cross a bridge. There were 3 bridges leading to the same place. The first bridge was far from the ground, and its rope looked like it could rip at any second. The second bridge had some hungry-looking alligators crawling on it. The last bridge stood above a lake full of poisonous water plants. Which bridge should she choose? The last one. The bridge stands above a poisonous lake, but she won't touch the water when crossing it. Rupert was working in his office when a huge power shortage turned off all the lights in the building. He heard footsteps approaching behind him, and the next thing he knew, he was feeling dizzy. Rupert passed out and woke up in a tiny room that had nothing other than a metallic door. He tried to open the door, but it was locked. He noticed that beside the door, there was a little device where a red sign appeared, asking for a password. Below the device, there was a piece of paper with the following hint: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rupert read the note aloud several times before he finally figured out what the password was. Can you guess what password he typed into the device? He typed in 1 time the number 2, 3 times the number 4, 5 times the number 6, and 7 times the number 8. Phew, that wasn't obvious, huh? Bill and Jonah found themselves stuck inside the cavern of the great Genie. There was nothing there but a wall with 3 buttons. There was a red button, a yellow one, and a green. Somewhere on the floor, they found a note that read, TDUPT RNOREHEBSSTE. They clicked one of the buttons and managed to open a hidden door on the wall. Which button did they choose? The red button. They unscrambled the words on the note and discovered it read, "Press the red button." Miss Taylor is the owner of a boutique that produces and sells expensive ceramics. On a Friday, when the working week was almost finished, she went to deposit the day's money inside the safe and was shocked to find out it was all gone. Someone had stolen it. Miss Taylor suspected it should have been one of her workers. She asked each one of them what they had been doing that day. Sloane, a sales manager, said she had been prospecting for new clients. Jake, the potter, said he always made 1 cup a day, and he showed all the cups he had done that week. Lily, the designer, said she had been working, but she also admitted she hadn't been really productive that day because of some family issues. Who lied? Jake. There are 5 working days in a regular week. The man said he made 1 mug a day, but he only showed 4 mugs. It means he missed 1 day of work. Probably the day he used to steal Miss Taylor's money.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side. An ancient soul that carries universal wisdom within, or a young beginner excited about every new experience? What is the actual age of your soul? These 20 questions will help reveal the truth. Get ready to track your points and see the result at the end of the video. What kind of friend are you? A. The crazy friend. I'm all for adventure. B. The advisor. People listen to me. C. The loyal friend. My friends know they can rely on me. D. The lucky friend. I always get out of trouble unscathed. Option A brings you 20 points. If you add B, add 40 points to your count. Option C is worth 30 points. And in case you chose option D, give yourself 10 points. Where would you rather live? A. In a beautiful high-rise apartment. B. With my parents. C. In a rustic cottage in the countryside. Or D. I feel at home anywhere. Option A gives you 20 points. B adds 10 points to your score. Option C brings 30 points, and D adds 40 points. What would you like to achieve in life? A. Stability and peace. B. World fame. C. Just stay my genuine self. D. A loving relationship. If you had A, add 10 points to your score. Option B gives you 20 points. Option C is worth 40 points, and D brings you 30 points. What issue do you struggle with the most? A. Apathy and laziness. B. Cynicism and boredom. C. Low self-esteem and feeling lost. D. Loneliness and anxiety. Option A brings you 20 points. Add 40 points for option B. Option C gives you 10 points, and D adds 30 points to your score. You feel happiest when you A. Win in a competition. B. I'm always happy. C. Have a party with friends. D. Spend time alone. Option A is worth 20 points. B brings you 40 points. C adds 30 points to your score. Option D is worth 10 points. What is your worst quality? A. I'm too cynical. B. I'm overly naive. C. I can get too emotional. D. I'm too hardworking. Okay, option A is worth 40 points. B brings you 10 points. C adds 20 points to your count. And option D gives you 30 points. What scares you the most? A. Being limited and controlled. B. Never finding true love. C. Losing my family. D. Betraying my values. Option A brings you 20 points. B gives you 30 points. C adds 10 points to your basket. And option D brings you 40 points. What time do you go to bed? A. I often stay up all night. B. Around midnight. C. At 1 a.m. or so. D. No later than 10 p.m. Option A adds 20 points to your count. B brings 30 points. Option C gives you 10 points. And D adds 40 points to your score. How do you prefer to get your news? A. Via the social media feed. B. I avoid it altogether. C. Friends tell me everything. D. I watch news on TV. Option A adds 20 points to your score. B brings you 40 points. Option C is worth 10 points. And D adds 30 points to your count. What career do you think suits you the best? A. Rock star. B. Top manager. C. Freelance artist. D. Writer. Option A is worth 10 points. B brings you 30 points. C adds 20 points to your count. Option D gives you 40 points. What's your relationship like with your relatives? A. I love them dearly. B. I don't want to be like them. C. I need them. D. I feel related to every human. Option A is worth 20 points. B brings you 30 points. C adds 10 points to your score. Option D gives you 40 points. What color do you like more? A. Yellow, B. Green, C. Pink, D. Purple. Option A brings you 20 points, 30 points for option B, C gives you 10 points, and D adds 40 points to your score. Pick an animal. A. A whale, B. A tiger, C. A monkey, D. A horse. Option A brings you 40 points, B gives you 20 points, C adds 10 points to your count, and option D brings you 30 points. Your perfect weekend would be A. Meditating in nature, B. A barbecue party with friends, C. Going on an exotic vacation, D. Trying something new, maybe artistic workshop. Option A is worth 40 points, B brings you 30 points, C adds 20 points to your score, option D gives you 10 points. What qualities do you expect to see in your ideal romantic partner? A. Passion and charisma, B. Caring and kind-heartedness, C. Self-sufficiency and joyfulness, D. Peace of mind and devotion. Option A brings you 20 points, 30 points for option B, option C gives you 40 points, and D adds 10 points to your score. Almost there! Who did you dream to become when you were little? A. A wizard, B. An astronaut, C. A famous actor, D. I wanted to follow in my father's footsteps. Option A brings you 40 points. Option B is worth 30 points. C gives you 20 points, and D adds 10 points to your score. What meal would you prefer? A. Extra hot Chinese noodles, B. A fruit salad or smoothie, C. A burger with French fries, D. Just coffee with cookies, please. Option A brings you 20 points. Option B is worth 40 points. Option C gives you 10 points, and D adds 30 points. If your life was a movie, what would it look like? A. Action or horror movie, B. Romantic comedy, C. Fantasy or Indian series, D. Adventure cartoon. Option A brings you 20 points, B is worth 30 points, option C gives you 40 points, and D is worth 10 points. Do you memorize the dreams you see at night? A. I literally have never had any dreams. B. My dreams are usually black and white. C. Bro, I do lucid dreaming every night. D. I dream in colorful, fantastic images. Well, dreamers, if you chose option A, add 20 points to your score. Option B is worth 30 points. Option C brings you 40 points. And D is worth 10 points. And finally, the last question. If you were a piece of furniture, then which one? A. A dinner table, B. A fancy mirror, C. A cozy couch, D. A king-size bed. Option A brings you 30 points, B is worth 40 points, option C gives you 10 points, and D is worth 20 points. Now it's time to sum up all your points. If your final score is 200 to 350, you are a baby soul. It means your soul is at the beginning stage of its development, but that's not a bad thing. Although you may face a lot of uncertainty in your life, your innocent heart has a lot of love and hope. Where others see closed doors, you see an abundance of exciting opportunities, and you're brave enough to take them. That's why people may call you lucky, and it's not surprising, the universe protects its babies while they grow. If you've got 350 to 500 points, your soul is a teenager. The most important thing for you is independence. You perceive the outside world as a competition, defending your boundaries and strive to win. You're adventurous, competitive, and hardworking. Teenage souls pursue independence, status, and success. They enjoy traveling the world and meeting new people. Some may call you an egocentric drama queen, but let's be honest, they're just jealous. Those who scored 500 to 650 points are mature souls. You don't chase money and fame at any cost. You know exactly who you are and strive to be your bright, authentic self. Mature souls tend to build loving, committed relationships with others and create loyal communities. People probably say you're a caring and responsible friend and leader. You need to stay true to your values and avoid temptations. If you've got 650 points and more, you have the soul of a wise person. Old souls like you enjoy simple moments in life and stay away from drama. You perceive life as your piece of art and master it with great patience. You solve problems with a joyful and creative approach. People come to you for advice and inspiration because you can find a way out of even the most desperate situation. A perfect career for you is the one that allows you to serve people, share your wisdom, and initiate their personal growth.